Nor did the cat sit on the rat, because there is no cat. Perhaps a cat will pop out of the hat of the rat. I'm going to start swimming. And shut up now. Okay. Sorry, just funny stuff all over. Surely we'll become amazingly skilled enough. What is that? Hired House is bizarre. Sure it's just because Erasmus is a loony old mage. Ooh. Cereal. They're magically contagious. Huh? Boom! Boom. Right. Popcorn! I want popcorn. Blast. I want popcorn. Oh look, it's people.
Perfect timing. You are most welcome right now. Fenris and I have just finished a game of Wizard's World.
Erasmus was losing, so he blew up the game.
I just got a little over-enthusiastic, that's all. Now what can I do for you?
Kaboom! Hello, Fenris.
It's invigorating to see you again.
Yeah.
As correspondent for the Rodent Anti-Defamation League, I'm about to cover a real story. 3 visually challenged mice are about to sue the life partner of an agricultural engineer for mutilating them unmercifully. They're sure to win. They got a first rat lawyer. Erasmus can be irascible at times.
Fenris would try the patience of a pachyderm.
That's it. Hello? I must be going. What's the matter? We suffer from the heartbreak of halitosis or something?
Sure, whatever you say.
You look a little distracted, as if you had something on your mind.
Contemplating a crime, eh?
It's like they know.
Fenris can be rather irritating at times.
That's irritating. We rodents don't know when to quit.
And the jokes just keep going downhill.
Let me tell this one. A man walked up to a healer. He has a cucumber up his nose, a carrot in his left ear, and a banana in his right ear. Healer, healer, what's the matter with me? He asked. You're not eating properly, replied the healer.
My comment still stands.
Off to another exciting adventure, no doubt. I went adventuring once. I had a lot of interesting experiences and learned a great deal. My advice to adventurers is this. Never get your boots wet. They make nasty, squishy noises and they never quite fit right.
I'll take it. But on a more serious note, Mr. Erasmus, I have this interesting toolkit.
Where did you find this little kit?
I found it at the bank. No, I'm sorry, I have to explain that I found it at the bank. Well, I was walking around at the bank, and I saw this toolkit. And the banker was all like, "Oh no, we've been stolen from." And I was like, "Well, have you found any Any evidence? He was like, I'm no detective. You look around. So I found the toolkit. And then I took it to the guards, who said, no thank you, sir. And then I took it to Rakesh, who said to talk to you. And now I'm talking to you. So I found this at the bank.
Well then, shall we see what we can learn from this?
That's why he showed you that thing after all.
All right then. Tristle, Drassel, this spell will show us something about the previous owner of this rather quaint toolbox.
Sort of a cheap peep on a creep?
More of a brief relief of a thief, I would say. It seems to be an arm that keeps coming and going.
I gotta hand it to you. That's some clue. It's clearly the case of the purloining palm reader. He'll soon be under arrest.
Don't be absurd. This clearly means something. I only wish I could help you more.
No face, just an arm. An arm.
Speaking of robberies, I too had an item of importance stolen from this house while we were in Spielberg. I am missing the Prophecy Stone, a magical rock I was researching. It had something to do with the destruction of Atlantis, I believe. Someone with magical aid managed to sneak into my castle without the Cloud Guardian seeing him. I was most displeased, let me tell you.
Don't ever get Erasmus really angry. It's not a pleasant sight.
Thermonuclear blast minus the killing the caster? Maybe?
The spell usually reveals something significant about the person who owned the item upon which the spell is cast. It may be a bit obscure, but the clue is important.
It's an arm.
What's the difference between a gypsy fortune-teller and you, Fenris?
All right. What is the difference between us?
She's the psychic, and you're the sidekick.
Hey! I resemble that remark.
Farewell. I wish we could have been of more assistance.
Let me think. A toolkit? A hand? I know. It must have been the handyman. You see, the fix was in.
Oh, yes. And the jokes continue on. That's okay. Theory that the wizards are secretly running the world. Does this world feel like Erasmus is running it? That would probably be a lot more jokes if he did. Yes, because the Illuminati and the Masons, you know, trying to rule the world. I've seen how the Masons run things. They fail. May only be, you know, Masons in the general area, but, yeah. I don't see anything we have to fear from them. Conspiracy theorists, post your comments if you like. I'm sure people will simply negative them to the point where they become spam and everyone will hate you, but that's okay. You're all entitled to your opinion, no matter how crazy it is. Ooh, clock. Ouija? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Alright then. So, we have a hand. Well, I guess it's time for some normal investigative work, especially since it's in the afternoon. What do all good investigators go for first? The crappiest place in town that's close enough to a bar. And what place would that be? Well, that'd be an inn for this area. And there's only 2 inns in the area. There's No Man Inn, in which we're the only people living there, and I don't think it was us. Or there's the Dead Parrot Inn. Let's go to the Parrot Inn. Next time. So, I'm going to